And then outside of one leggers, we get the no same day decisions. One of the really great questions I like to ask on that is, all right, hey, hypothetical scenario. Let's say you fast forward, you have the solar on your roof and producing. Let's fast forward 12 months from today, a full year. What 1 to 2 things will be different? And then don't add anything to that question. Say it just like that and then shut up, right? Then watch the speed at which they answer and watch what they say. And then ideally, you want to watch that person kind of pause, kind of process the question and be like, well, I don't know if much will be different. I guess, wait, it's supposed to save us $215 over $400. I guess we wouldn't have the summer bills that we just had. I guess we would pay $215 instead of the $400. So I guess I guess over 12 months, we'd probably save, I don't know, $2,000 plus, and we'd have, X amount of equity. So I guess that will be different. If they can't essentially recap all of the highlights and then emotionally process having a positive experience out loud about the product, again, that's what you want them to do with that question. You want them to go inside their mind and experience having the product for a full 12 months and then having them describe it out loud. If they can't do that and then they go, yeah, I don't know, nothing will be different really. They're not sold, right? The value wasn't there. The conviction wasn't there. We didn't get the job done that day. Maybe they just aren't a buyer. That's okay. Let's move forward on to the next. And lastly, one more no same day. This is for that customer. I'm going to go ahead and give them a day or 2 days to think about it, but I'm going to leave them with this one last attempt, and I'm going to say, perfect, Mr. Homeowner. We'll go ahead and give you that time. But just out of curiosity, ultimately, if you decided to not go with the solar, what would the reason be? This is an interesting question because the customer is actually going to give you that reason that they were probably going to give you 2 or 3 days from now. They're going to give it to you now. And if they open their mouth and they quickly have an answer for something along the lines of like, well, if I didn't go through with it, it's because I just don't want to carry the debt, or I just don't want holes in my roof, or whatever the case may be. That's what they were going to tell you tomorrow or the day after anyways. So let's go ahead and address that right now. We've asked this creative question so we can bring the real and authentic concerns to the table. This gives you another chance to connect with them, to empathize with them, to agree, to isolate, to address, to be assumptive and move forward. That's all these questions are. We're not giving up. We're not letting everybody give us 2 to 3 days follow-up. We're not letting every one-legger off the hook. We're still going to try to close one-leggers. We're still going to try to close no same-day decisions, right? But we need to know where the customer is. Is this a real objection or is it fake? Is this a concern? Is this a smoke screen? What am I actually dealing with? Now that you guys know how to decipher the difference between a smoke screen, a real objection and a fake objection, and a concern, now you know how to handle these things. We've also discussed some very creative questions to pull out the authentic concerns of the customer so that we can address them before we either set that follow-up or leave the home and leave money on the table.